Ray Bradbury had one of the best methods for generating horror story ideas, and today I'm going to share it with you. What's up, guys? My name is Brandon McNulty. I'm a writer. I'm the author of Bad Parts, and welcome to my writing channel. As I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to be talking about Ray Bradbury's method for generating horror ideas. And this was a very prolific, effective method that he used throughout his career. If you are, just getting into horror, or maybe you've been writing horror for a while now and you've run out of good ideas or you're looking for a new one, this is a great method to help you just at any stage of your career. And I learned this actually from Ray Bradbury's biographer. He was at StokerCon a couple years ago, and he talked about how Ray Bradbury was so prolific. He wrote all these different short stories, and the way he did it was Ray Bradbury actually kept a journal, and what he would write in that journal was everything that scared him. He would just write line after line of whatever scared him, and whenever he was writing a story, he would go back to that journal and he would write about one of those things that scared him. And he would do this like day after day. He'd write like a story on Monday, then another one on Tuesday, and so on and so on. And I think this is a great method for you, especially if you want to try out like flash fiction, for instance, or you just want to just generate an idea and see where it goes. This is such a great method for doing it, because if you write down your fears, they are something that is deeply connected to you. And whenever you're writing about something that is, means something to you on like a personal level, typically your stories come out more honest, more powerful, more just, passionate. So, I mean, if you are interested in getting into horror, try that method. Just take out a piece of paper, maybe even right now, and just jot down whatever scares you. It could be something silly, it could be something like life-threatening, whatever it is, write it down. And sometimes those silly ideas are the ones that, will actually help you come up with some of the cooler story ideas, the more original ones. Now, as for me, as you know, I just released my novel Bad Parts, and I got to talk about it because one of the reasons why I ended up writing the novel was because I was thinking about my fear of what would happen to me if, for whatever reason, I couldn't write anymore. Maybe like I just didn't have the ability to write, or I didn't have the passion for it, or I didn't have the time for it. Whatever the reason was, what would happen to me if I couldn't write? Like, that's like a deep fear of mine, because writing is so integral to me as a person. It means a lot to me. And when I was writing Bad Parts, the main character, her name is Ash Hudson. She's a guitarist, and she is just devoted to her craft. She's a big-time guitar player, heavy metal band. They're just on the verge of hitting it big at the beginning of the novel, and then she suffers a career-ending hand injury, and that just basically catalyzes the whole story, sets it in motion. She ends up seeking out help from an organ-swapping demon, and if you want more information, I'll link it in the description below. But for the purpose of this video, as far as going back to that Ray Bradbury method, that worked for me as far as like generating a personal idea that I could bring into a story and just, write with passion and purpose, because it was something that meant a lot to me. Your fears mean a lot to you. I mean, that's a weird thing to say, because you think like, oh, you want to push yourself away from them. You don't cherish your fears. But in terms of writing within that venue, yes, fears will help you write. So whether you're writing horror or any other genre, consider that Ray Bradbury method. Write down what scares you, and then write about what scares you. Question of the day: what is one silly fear you have, and have you ever written a story about it? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for me. Share this video with a friend. Pick up a copy of Bad Parts if you haven't already. It's available in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And as always, remember to keep on writing.